All of these outlets are so salty about the Super Mario Brothers movie and how much it made at the box office. It's doing pretty well. Despite having already been released digitally, it's still making money at movie theaters. Such a mistake to put that movie out digitally so early. I don't know why they thought that would be a smart idea, but they did. They can't take it back. Doesn't seem to have hurt it too much, but I feel like they'd already still be raking in a lot more money if they had just let it stay exclusive for another month at least. Even the Blu-ray comes out like next month. I think it comes out in June. So, maybe they know something I don't know. I am looking forward to getting this in 4K, but yeah, it is what it is. Screen Rant put this article out the other day. I already did a video on this. 10 upcoming 2023 movies that will rival Super Mario Brothers box office success. One of them on the list here is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Will this movie make $1 billion? Well, the first one only made $384 million worldwide, which isn't that impressive. And I liked the first one. Had a weird frame rate thing going on that I know made one person I know sick, actually, watching it. But I didn't hate the first one. I actually thought it was a fun Spider-Verse movie. It's a fun kids movie. I'm not so sure about this one. I know that they've received some criticism for this one because they decided to sneak in this little poster in the trailer. I don't know if this is a theme of the movie or not, but this was just another thing that they've asserted into the movie to let you know where they lean politically. Always a smart idea. I think it did go over a lot of people's heads. I don't know if there's more identity stuff in this movie. The first one didn't have any. But it's being predicted to really just take over the box office. We'll see how it does. Now, we have some estimates. It's currently tracking to have an 80 million opening weekend, and people are saying that that's great. Is that great? I guess maybe if you consider the budget. However, Super Mario Brothers made $146 million with its domestic opening weekend. And, of course, you know where it went from there. It hit $1 billion. Seems like $80 million is a little short to take over that. And, what does the second weekend for this movie look like? I'm not so sure that this movie is going to be the big hit that people think it is. It opens June 2nd. At least that's what it says here. And if we take a look at the release schedule, I don't think it's going to do that well. See, Mario had one thing that a lot of these movies coming out over the summer aren't going to have, and that's a wide open box office. So April 5th is when Super Mario Brothers came out. And there's an important factor that helped this movie make as much money as it did, besides just being a good family movie. It didn't have anything in its way. April 7th, that was the same week. It didn't have anything opening up. April 12th and the 14th, nothing came out to really stop it. The 20th and the 21st, nothing came out. I mean, the closest thing was Evil Dead Rise, and that's still kind of a niche movie, to be honest. April 27th and 28th, nothing came out to stop it. It wasn't until the 5th of May that Guardians of the Galaxy dropped. And that really helped the movie. There's a lot of competition this summer. They're releasing a lot of shit. Like Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't have any competition until May 19th. That's when Fast X drops. Like this week, nothing is going to come out to hurt Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's why this coming weekend is really important for this movie, because if it has a drastic drop, with nothing competing against it, the comic book genre is fucked. Like, what do we have here for May 12th? Book Club, Fool's Paradise, Hypnotic. I haven't heard anything about these movies. Knights of the Zodiac, Rally Road Racers. See, here's something that could maybe hurt. That looks like a kid's movie. I don't know anything about it, though. And then finally, Fast X. So they have the May 16th, and then May 19th, Fast X comes out. And that'll be the first time Guardians of the Galaxy reaches real competition. And then the 26th, Little Mermaid comes out. And then June 2nd, Spider-Man Across the Universe comes out. But what comes out the following week? Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Transformers Rise of the Beasts comes out the next week. Then what comes out June 16th? The Flash. Then what comes out June 23rd? Nothing. The Flash actually has 2 weeks to itself. And then June 30th, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And then June 7th, nothing really. Then June 12th, you have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which I do believe will be a juggernaut. Every week, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has a movie coming out that will cannibalize it. I would imagine that Spider-Man and Transformers are competing for the same audience. Because this Spider-Man's a little bit different. This does not star Peter Parker, even though it's a Spider-Verse movie and it has 500 versions of Peter Parker in it. The star of the movie is still Miles Morales, who, I mean, I'm not saying he's not, I don't have any problem, honestly, as much as people want to say, with Miles Morales. He has some problems. He doesn't really have his own identity without Peter Parker. All of his villains are Peter's villains. But I do think he's the better written character compared to a lot of the other replacement characters. And him sharing the same name as Spider-Man is dumb when he lives in the same universe as Spider-Man. But that aside, I don't think this is going to be a huge hit because of all the competition that it faces. And you already threw in that little political message. I mean, that turns off a lot of people. Okay? You just threw it in there. I mean, why can't you just tell a Spider-Man story? It just seems kind of stupid to just throw that shit into a movie when it doesn't even have to talk about it. But they're going to do what they want to do. So, a nice little article here. The sequel to the Oscar-winning animated hit is looking to open between 70 to 80 million per two tracking agencies as it heads into its June 2nd through 4th opening. Spider-Man Across the Universe, while it has its fanboy fandom, doesn't necessarily compare to a live-action MCU title per distribution sources. Despite the audience spillover, it's a feathered fish among animated IP. The first movie opened to $35.3 million in mid-December 2018 and grossed $190 total domestic. That's not that good. I did like that first one. I thought it was a great movie. This one, however, I'm not so sure about. It says demos for Across the Universe are hot with guys under 25, but not at the levels of other MCU live-action titles and other demos. It's just the nature of the pick. It's also half the levels with Illumination animated parent-child crowds. Multicultural appeal is solid. Studios in the past would largely avoid opening up a movie in the weekend following Memorial Day. However, Warner Brothers took the frame to a new heights in 2017 with Wonder Woman, which minted $103 million over a 3-day period. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe if it just makes $400 million, it'll make money. I don't know the budget for this film. I don't know if they've said anything about it. I mean, that's really the key factor. But saying, like, the reason that this is being talked about right now is because I think, I want to say it's the next big animated movie since Mario, which is why people are watching it. So how is this going to track compared to Mario? And I think saying that this movie is going to beat Mario is a little out there. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.